Pretty soon you might have to pay more if you choose plastic over paper, and how to fight the Zika virus. This is the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Manti. Welcome to the Delaware Way. There is a possibility you soon could be charged for using plastic bags when you go to your local grocery store. The woman who is pushing that legislation is Representative Deborah Hudson. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. So the idea is every time I went to get paper or plastic and I picked plastic, I'd be charged for that?
This is a bill before the General Assembly, and the goal of it is to aim to change consumer behavior. The single-use plastic bags take a very long time to disintegrate. They need sunlight. So the effort is to try to get people to think about other types of bags, reusable bags, or no bags. So as you said, when you go to the store, and this would only be for large grocers, not small stores, not 7-Elevens, not that type store, just the large ones. The grocery store buys the bags and then would charge you 5 cents per bag if you want it. Our slogan is, buy a bag, bring a bag. So no one has to pay this fee.
When you're saying bring a bag, you mean those cloth bags that are reusable?
You can, or you could bring a box. You could bring anything. You could just take the cart to your car and throw the groceries in like you would do if you go to Costco or BJ's. They started this because they are our heroes. There's no recyclable bags in their store.
So it's 5 cents a bag?
Yes.
And who gets that money?
That money goes to the grocers because they do pay it, and they've agreed to help us promote this environmental issue, and they will also make some bags, the reusable bags for us for free. I'm sure it'll have their logo on it, but we're really trying to change behavior.
In the long run, would it have that big of an environmental impact, just this law alone?
Absolutely. They say that we each use 500 of those single-use bags a year. So think about all the people you know and times 500. That's a lot. And they only deteriorate in the sun. And so if you stuff the landfill with them, it's really not going to deteriorate well. And even if it's outside, it takes 3 to 10 years to deteriorate. You see them in the trees, they're going to hang there until they finally deteriorate. It's a long process.
Other states and municipalities have done something like this. Some of them have gone as far as to ban the plastic bags.
Yes.
Do you know what the effects have been there?
Yes, it of course is decreasing the use. People just don't think about it anymore. It trains them not to use them. So that's what we want to do. I really wish there was a company that will come up with a better bag, but in the meantime, we need to change behavior.
Well, it's interesting you say companies. There's a couple companies here that make the plastic bags. They must not like this.
Absolutely, they do not. And they're fighting. Small towns, some counties in the United States have done this already, but no state has done it in its entirety.
Why don't you just ban them?
I would like to do that, but that's radical. I'm hoping to maybe get this bill passed. This is sort of half a loaf, so to speak, and I'd be happy with this. I think this would go a long way to teaching people about saving our environment.
So one last question on this. Because there's money involved in making the plastic bags, and there's a couple local companies that are involved in making those plastic bags, you must get some headwind on this bill.
Oh, absolutely. I get a lot of letters. I get letters from scientists that try to tell me that they will deteriorate in 5 years, but that's not good enough for me. I really just think that there should be a product that deteriorates quickly in a landfill, because that's where garbage needs to go. We can't pull these out and lay them in the sun somewhere for them to deteriorate faster.
What do you think the chances are of this passing?
Well, I'm very optimistic. A lot of legislators, particularly those at the beach, see them in the streams, in the ocean. It's the second largest piece of litter in Delaware, second to cigarette butts. So once you think about it, you see how many are in trees and you see how many are all over littering our beautiful state.
Let's go to another topic, and one that I love. And it's interesting. I'm working in Delaware now. I live in Pennsylvania. And I come to Delaware, and I've said this on the radio show that I do. I've never seen more people per capita texting and driving than in Delaware. I see it all the time on the road. Do you think this state has a particular problem with it?
I think they do, and I think you're very observant. I think I do too. I look everywhere, Florida, other places that I go to visit relatives. So the bill that I put in, which has really got a lot of wind at its back because people are annoyed, is to double the fines that exist for using a cell phone in the car for texting. It is really causing so many accidents. I think 12,000 people last year were arrested by state law enforcement officers. So that's a lot of people that were caught. And then, of course, as you know, there's a lot that don't get caught. And many of them are the youthful drivers that are not really as skilled at driving, and I particularly worry about them.
Is a police officer in Delaware allowed to demand the phone?
I think that's controversial. I think that they ask, but I think in a case of a serious accident, they don't have to wait around. They look at it right away.
Right, but I mean, if is it not difficult to prove that somebody's texting and driving?
I think it is somewhat, unless they do take the phone and see if during the time period if there was voice interaction or texting. But you can see people doing it, obviously. So the police really, you know, they pull right up next to you and they can look. So it's not really that hard. It's just a matter of their priority, of course, in a day's work.
It would take, I guess, the police officer's testimony that he did see it. Mm-hmm. Have you researched this? I mean, is there a Fifth Amendment problem with demanding a phone?
I think there is. Right.
Okay. And what's the fine now in Delaware?
50 for first offense, 100 for second offense. So I'm doubling it. 100 for the first offense and 200 for the second offense.
And that would be advertised everywhere?
Yeah. I'd like to see that it was advertised. I want to make this, again, information training for drivers, of course, to let them know we're serious about this. AAA and our state public safety people are very much for this bill. They are annoyed that they have to spend so much time watching for that on the roads when they should be doing other more serious crimes.
I'm all for it because I think it's one of the greatest dangers on the road right now. I think probably the number of accidents are underreported.
Yes.
That involve texting while driving or distracted drivers.
They say that for the moment that you need to do a simple text, it's about 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, which would be the time it would take you to drive a football field, the length of a football field. So think of your head being down while you drive this 2-ton rocket all that distance. It's frightening when you really think about it.
Yeah, and I saw that it almost affects you like a drunk driver. People will go off the road, they go off end of lanes.
It is. It's every bit as bad as that. People, you know, don't want to admit to that. Many adult drivers say, I know how to do it, I'm a good driver. But that denial is wrong. They could be the next one in the accident. I've also heard the opposite. I've heard I'm a good texter. I'm a good texter. Yeah, that's from teenagers. That'll tell you they're great texters. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I can't imagine will have a problem with at least the second bill.
No, the driving bill is really embraced by all the senators.
Representative Deborah Hudson, thank you so much for coming in. When we come back, everybody's been talking about the Zika virus, but there's a way to prevent getting infected. We'll talk about that with a doctor from Christiana Care when we come right back.